Hi there, I am Maria Cast, and I am the human behind this Patreon page, Temenos and Trail. And you are here at the very beginning. I'm actually making my first post today, and it's kind of a welcome post, an invitation to the adventure. And I thought I would just send out a little video introducing myself and giving you the kind of the energy around the human, the person who's writing this, and also give you a little idea of why I started it and what it really is. And so thank you for being here and thank you for watching. Um, I am from upstate New York. I'm in upstate New York now. However, and I've been here, well, I've traveled a lot and lived a lot of different places, but I've been here in upstate New York, settled in here for about 25 years or so. And I found myself a few years ago really unfulfilled with my life as it was, my business as it was, and I really hit a wall a couple years ago and decided to go all out. And through a bunch of different synchronicities, I found Jungian I found depth psychology, and I found a Jungian psychoanalyst who I've been working with now for, gosh, over 2 years. And through this process of working with her, I made the decision and had the awareness that I really was longing to pack up, live on the road in my vintage camper, which actually I will show you just so you can get an idea what it looks like. I love my vintage camper, and I strapped it up and hauled it down to Texas this past winter for 4 months. It's something that had been on my heart for many years, and through this individuation process, I realized that it was something that I needed to do for myself to get more in touch with really finding myself, finding fulfillment, seeking what I'm called to do. I think that's the best way to say it. It was like I just felt ugh. And so I took off and for 4 months and lived out in West Texas. And through that journey and that adventure, I do a lot of trail hiking, and I love being out in nature. So I was not only alone a lot of the time, but I was also out adventuring and meeting people, but also mostly adventuring kind of solo. And what came to me over that time period was, as I was doing my own work through this individuation process, what came to me was this call to write. It was like almost like an audible voice that came to me that was like, you just write, just write. And I'm not a writer. I don't consider myself a writer, but I heard the call and I was like, okay, I'm just going to write. So I literally just started to every day write, just write about my experiences, write about what I was becoming aware of, write about how I was showing up in a way that I didn't want to show up and what I did about it, write about the judgments I was experiencing or the memories or everything, just everything that happened in my day, kind of like journaling. And as I was doing it, I realized that the process for me was this being out in life and experiencing paying attention as I was experiencing life and people, and bringing that back to my temenos, to my inner sanctuary, to my soul, to my inner self, to that inner guide, right? In depth psychology, they call it to Psyche, right? In my business, I call it the inner coach. But I was bringing all this back and realizing that there was, in the unfolding of it, I was finding more peace, joy, fulfillment, love. I was like becoming what felt more like me. It's really hot today. It's like 90 something degrees, so which I love the heat. So what I kind of became aware of, or what I did become aware of, is that intersection between the trail of life, what I was experiencing, and the Temenos, bringing back those experiences, and what I was learning about the meaning of those experiences, what I was meant to learn. And I came to the awareness that this Temenos and trail, like having the two, was the greatest opportunity for finding my fulfillment. And so, in coming back to New York and through some other synchronicities, I learned about Patreon. And I'm not on social media. I'm on LinkedIn a little bit for my business, but I'm not on like Facebook and Instagram and all of that. And so this was like, I found Patreon and I thought, what a great place to create this field journal, to just write about my experiences, write about what I'm learning, write about some of this process, in hopes that for anyone else that's out there that is experiencing a lack of fulfillment in their life or in their professional lives or their personal lives, that maybe they would find something within the writings that would speak to them, that they could also do or relate to or resonate with, that would help them along their journey to find fulfillment. So that's really, the first stepping stone was like the just right, and the second stepping stone was the Temenos and Trails, the intersection. Patreon is the place to deliver it. So I really appreciate you being here. I'd love to hear from you, and if you decide to join this free membership to learn more, to walk this trail with me, I'd really love to know what prompted you to do so. And I really, especially want to help people understand, to help my fellow humans understand that as we as we become our most fulfilled selves, that helps to heal humankind, which, let's be real, we really need that right now, right? We need some humankind healing. But when we start with us and we heal ourselves, it heals humankind. And I'm just starting to play with this idea that, in fact, that's also the answer to healing the environment. So thanks for being here. And I look forward to sharing with you. Talk soon.